even though I warn people not to do it. Child. Well, let's talk about it. Sorcerers, why they chose you. Okay, why they chose your soul purpose and who are they? And you'll be surprised to hear who some of them are. Okay? This is how you can catch a sorcerer, okay, who's trying to get your soul purpose. Okay? And this is really important because I caught a few this morning. Okay? So let's get into it. We'll wait till we get more people in here. Some people are doing brunch like I am, and at brunch, y'all know I like to have a little bit of Arbor Mist, white Zinfandel. I don't want nobody saying nothing because the saints drank wine, priests drink wine, and so did Jesus at the first supper. So we ain't gonna get into the argument about wine. Okay. So let's have this conversation. Let's see who are we gonna get in here. I'm gonna wait till we get a bunch of people in here, but I do feel like I want to burn something. I want to burn something right now. Something. Okay, so the sorcerers are at it. They're going in hard, y'all. They're going in hard this week and today. All right. So, sorcerers. Okay, before I even start talking about this, I want everybody to know that this content is not for fair use, shall not be used without my express permission. And if I find out that somebody has used it, I will be immediately informing YouTube of this. I'm no longer going to be arguing with people about my content. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight to YouTube, okay? This is not for fair use. Cannot be used, reworked, or put on your channel. It can't be put in a book without my permission. Nothing without my permission. Okay? It's a shame that I had to do this because of these sorcerers right now. All right. So, the sorcerers, why they chose your purpose? And it's because, one, they may have easy access to you. Okay? They may have been able to calculate when you're going to show up. And if you could just be an easy target, or they think you're an easy target. You may be someone who's always by themselves, or you never with nobody, that looks like they can protect you. And they know they can always get access to you. Look, we all have a purpose. Some of these sorcerers, most of them, they don't care what purpose you got. As long as it gets money. If it manifests money and fortune and popularity, they will use your purpose. They don't even care. There's nothing special about your purpose to them. Only thing is special is whether it's in alignment right now where God has chosen for it to have abundance right now, and whether or not it's something that they can get resources to do. That's all they care about. Okay? So, and whether it can attract money at this current time, if the stars are in alignment. So if you are very accessible, they don't care what your purpose is. As long as they see, if they can see that you're actually getting money on it, they definitely will choose you. So this is why I told people that once you start to bring in a lot of money through your soul purpose in a public place, you have to hide the signs of the prophets. Okay? When you think about prophets, you still hear the word prophet, right? Okay? The sorcerers are also fake prophets. They're faking, all of them fake like they're prophets, every single one. That's how they get people lured in at first, to believe that they're chosen. And then they go in and do stuff to get the actual profits, the money. Okay? Now, they chose you because somehow they can see that you're getting profits. And that you must have some profit type nature to you to get the profits. And they have tested your energy to see if you legit, if you really divine. Okay? Because they want to be divine. Okay? So I don't want to get the purpose of somebody that's a sorcerer like me, because I don't want to fight against another sorcerer. Right? They want to prove to God that they have the last say. They're trying to prove something to God, that they're more powerful than God. That's another reason why they chose you. Something about you when you're doing your purpose is proving that you're real powerful. Okay, you're not the only one whose purpose they're duplicating. They're duplicating multiple purposes and mashing it all together. This chaotic energy that creates this creature that they become. And once you connect to these sorcerers so long, you will actually see the creature that they are. Okay? All right. So they want your power because they want people to think that they are a prophet of what you're a prophet in, and because of the profits that you're getting. They see popularity as still profits, profiting, which it is. Popularity is still abundance. So even if you're not getting money off of it yet, the fact that you are manifesting the abundance of a social life that's celebrating your purpose, they say, hey, they can get cash money if they just be you and get those people too. Okay? Now, how you catch these people is they show up after you. Let me explain something. There is no such thing as people showing up after you doing what you're doing. There is no such thing, okay? Everything you do is in divine timing. Everything you do, okay? Now, if somebody show up doing something before you do it, and then all of a sudden you got the download, God told you to do it, like full force. Like say you got only a mini download of something, and then God told you to go full force, and that person showed up after you got a little bit of that download. That sorcerer showed up after that. They rode on your energy. So even if they do show up when you're giving all of the download away, they rode on the energy of the micro download that you gave. They love appetizers. When you give some of your power a little appetizer of it, they love it, because then they can easily say, well, maybe I got it too. Maybe I'm synchronized with you. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they tapped into your appetizer download and channeled your energy and hijacked and ran off with that Akashic record. Okay, a vibration of it. Okay, of some of it. They were literally, if you ever noticed that some of them, when they are giving something away that you got, when they doing something that you got, you ever notice how they be stopping to think real hard? It's almost like they're trying real hard to pull the record. You can feel that it's not coming through them. Okay? When you around sorcerers, you can feel like almost like they're trying to get it. If you pay attention to their energy, they're trying to break into a vibrational, metaphysical version of your Akashic records. They're trying to break into. And when you listen to them and you tune into their energy too, you can sense that they're doing it. You can sense it. That they're trying too hard. See, when you are doing something in your life purpose, and it's really your life purpose, it doesn't require meditation. I'm gonna just let you know right now, like deep meditation, like almost like you're like, you gotta look around, research all that, and then deep meditation. You don't have to do that. It will flow right through you. They don't have that ability for it to throw right, your purpose energy to flow right through them. They don't have that. This is why they're always late, and they can't wait for you to give your appetizer away. They wait for you to show up on these platforms at 8 a.m. Give a little appetizer so that they can sit there and meditate on your videos, your energy, your pictures, all of that. And they'll sit in your energy for a good 30, 40 minutes. and then they'll get whatever's left of what you got. And then they'll show up after you talking about the same thing, teaching the same thing, or creating the same thing. But it'll almost be like they try to get the bitty edge, the end of your download, like like a encore of your download. Divine timing, okay? For example, there's some people who are talking about destiny swappers and sorcerers, right? But they're talking about it at like 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. That is not the time to talk about destiny swappers. This is the time right now. This is the time. Okay? This is the time. But they are showing up when they got a nibble by sitting in your energy and meditating, channeling your energy. They show up with that little appetizer, trying to beat you to your own Akashic record. Okay? See, even if you don't open your mouth, when you come around sorcerers, they connect to your energy and they try to get a piece of that Akashic record that you're supposed to get in your life purpose that day that would manifest abundance. Okay? Now, I had planned to talk about this, and I gave a little appetizer earlier on the Nebula Tide channel. Now these women whose channels I have visited before, who I've said, oh, I like your channel, all of a sudden they're talking about the same thing. They are sorcerers because they are coming after me. After me. Okay? If they weren't sorcerers and we were synchronized, they would be showing up right now when I'm showing up, which is the perfect time. Confirmation, 11:11 is on the clock. See? Told y'all, divine timing. 11:11 is on the clock, which means this is exactly what I'm supposed to be talking about. They showed up 2 hours ago when I gave some of the appetizer, the front cover of the Akashic record. The Akashic record, every Akashic record is just like a book. There's the front cover, and then there's chapters. They can get the front, the sorcerers can get the front cover. If you give the front cover away an appetizer, they will hack. They will beat on that Akashic record, beat, until the vibration of the inside comes out and they can snatch some of it. Okay? The intelligence spills out the record a little bit and then they can take some of it. Your life purpose is full of endless, infinite Akashic records. Okay? This is why it's important to always be suspicious of anybody that shows up with an expansion of your life purpose Akashic record. Always be suspicious. If you know you woke up this morning, you got that little micro download that was brewing and the record was slowly opening to you, and the same person keeps showing up after that, not in your time frame, but after your time, after your window to get it, and they are a sorcerer. Okay? They are a sorcerer. The sorcerers are people, some of them are people teaching you about sorcery. So you don't never think that they are a sorcerer. Some of these sorcerers are people that are running around with Bibles in their hands. They want you to think that they're not sorcerers. They will hide behind making you think they're trying to protect you, that they only mean best for you. That's their greatest weapon. Okay? That is their greatest weapon. And you will know a sorcerer because they also seem to always show up with the same energy. Now let's get into it. Getting deep. We are emotional beings. All divine ones are. There's no such thing as I'm always happy, I'm always sweet in public, soft in public, angry or happy or sad. One of those. You're always going to cycle through the emotions. When you're dealing with sorcerers, they always want to give you the image that they're always unbothered. Sorcerers are the most unbothered seeming people. And I'm telling you who they are. Who they are. They're the ones that seem like prayer always works for them. They can be very stony feeling, or they seem like they're just always so unbothered, like almost like I always have all the answers. It's like they're also very guarded with their pain. They want you to think that they are not bothered by life, that they're not affected by it, that they don't have no blues. They are dealing with narcissism of the extreme, the kind of grandiose narcissism where they hide the shift in their emotions. This is how you spot them without ever getting a lesson from them, without ever having to check your scriptures, without ever having to say, hey, when they showing up and when I showed up. Pay attention to their weeks and days, how they always seem to either be only in one type of energy 90% of the time, or they're always unbothered. So, for example, there's a sorcerer in my family. It's woe is me all the time. That is the emotion that she always has. Sad, 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 sad. She's a sorcerer. That is how she tricked people to give up their fortune of their life purpose, or overshare themselves. Overshare so she can get it too. Okay? Or they're the ones that are always unbothered. Now I have another sorcerer in my family. She is the most unbothered acting woman in history. Okay? Hi, everybody. So, she is the most unbothered person I know. Two women in my family. Never cry, never show no sadness, never have any other emotion, just like I'm always unbothered, I'm always cool. Like, never, there's no sadness, there's never no low points in her life. And this is how you know they're a sorcerer, because God always has dark and light in everybody's life. God always makes sure there is balance, okay? You can't have light without dark sometime, dark without light sometime. But when someone always hiding their darkness, they're usually doing something in the dark. So, for example, if you have teachers, okay, that always like, my being is flawless. I'm 10 times grounded all the time. No, that's a sorcerer. That's what the devil wants people to think, that this life never bothers them. That's dealing with vanity, and ain't nobody more vain than a sorcerer. Let me give you an example. Monks, they always show that they're so unbothered, they're so unbothered, they're so unbothered. That's a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie, y'all. They are meditating in the dark, in silence, meditating the pain away, meditating the heartache away. They're meditating in secret and showing up and saying, I'm unbothered. And when they are meditating, they are pulling our energy. And they're showing up like so unbothered, so that we will be open to give them our energy even more. This is why I would never go to a monk. The monks that you guys see out here in monk clothes, sorcerers. And I don't care what anybody say, but they are the sorcerers who are accessing everyone's Akashic records. When you say, oh, they're so brilliant, why do they always know everything what everybody know? They're meditating all day to pull from the world. And because they got the world locked in to think that they're perfect and flawless, that they are not wicked at all. There's nothing wrong with them at all. They can keep getting access to everyone. Long as they can get the whole world to think that they are totally without any making mistakes in their life. The world will keep their heart chakra open to these monks, and they can meditate and get everything from everybody. This is why I don't give faith in monks. Because if you went to ask them to come to your house and feed you and bring some of that food to your house, they're not going to. Because they're sorcerers. Sorcerers ain't even, they're not generous. They don't give nothing back. And they're trenders too. They go with trends. If you ever look on YouTube, when the monks are on here, they're always talking about trending stuff. Like it's always like after everybody starts talking about something, they start talking about it. Okay. Now, everybody's not going to agree with me with this. I already know this. But I'm telling y'all, okay? Here's the third sign that you know you're dealing with a sorcerer. If somebody is always teaching you spiritual stuff, always the dark side, sorcerer. Sorcerer. I'm telling you that right now. If every time you go to their platforms or their clubs, it's darkness, negative energy, negativity, negative, they're trauma bonding with you. That's what they're doing. If they don't ever give you guidance that was not always somebody wicked, society crooked, somebody this, somebody's dirty. If they don't ever give you guidance of anything else, they're a sorcerer. On this channel, I teach y'all the law of attraction. I teach y'all manifesting. I teach y'all about setting goals, conquering fear. You know, my videos is not all about like negative. About always what somebody else is doing wrong and you're not doing nothing wrong. Okay? That is a sorcerer. Okay? Another sign of a sorcerer, okay, is when they show up out of nowhere and y'all matching. Let's keep it real, y'all. How's somebody gonna show up in your life and they matching you every single day? There's no such thing as matching anyone. Even your so-called twin is not going to get your downloads every day you get them. There's no such thing, okay? They would literally need to be you. They would need to be living your life. They would literally need to have your experiences. Your experiences is connected to your soul chart, your destiny. Hi, everybody. For example, earlier I started talking about how some of these low vibrational people, sorcerers, is going to come for your soul. And I talked about that this morning at 8 o'clock. Now there's all these people showing up hours later talking about that. They watch me in live videos. They're going to watch you too. They're going to watch you too. Let me tell you, sorcerers, they never teach you at 8 a.m. in the morning. Try it one day. Just wake up and ask a sorcerer to teach you your life purpose. Give you a download. Give you a channel message. Just wake up one day and say, hey, you woke? 8 a.m. in the morning. I bet you they can't do it. They got to go out there and troll for energy. They get on at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. They will string between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. because they sat around after they got up for an hour trying to find out what divine ones are doing so they could do it. Okay? That's how you know too. They don't never got no knowledge for you when the sun is rising. They try to come with this knowledge after the sun has risen. It's always when they think, you know, you're going to get it. So they might watch your money and watch your views, and then they'll show up and then they'll be like, oh, I'm going to do your purpose. Or they'll just sit in your live video and they'll say, oh, okay, whatever, jump off, and then they'll go ahead and go step right into what you're doing. Now, this is the ultimate sign. They're not doing nothing else. Okay? This is a real important one. They're not doing nothing else but telling you about spirit and life. They got nothing else going on. You ask them what else you're doing. They say, nothing else. I'm just doing the same thing you doing. It's it's really real. I have some people who are sorcerers and they're trying to get my purpose. Yeah, they ain't wrote no books. They ain't no poet. They ain't doing the rest of my soul work, but they only doing this, telling y'all about sorcerers. They're only sitting up there telling y'all everything I already told y'all. So when you have a soul purpose, it's a package. It's not one thing. It's not, oh, I'm just a painter. It's a package. Michelangelo had multiple talents, okay? It is a package. For example, Hemingway was a good boxer and he was a great hunter as well. And he was a great writer. And he was a good critic, a good film critic. He had other talents in his purpose that he had to do. Okay? So, and Hemingway was a prose writer before he was ever a novel writer. So what I'm saying is, if you ever get suspicious of these sorcerers, you ask them what else do they got going on. What else? You want to teach me about magic? You want to teach me about psychic stuff and spiritual stuff? What have you invested in that's physical? What physical thing that you invested in over the last decade? If there's nothing they can say, there's nothing that they're doing, they're a sorcerer. Mark my words. That means they're blocked. Sorcerers are creatively blocked. They need you to share your creative ideas. They need you to show your technique, your process. They need you to do that. And guess what? Some of the sorcerers are people who sit here and make you think that they're not using cards. Oh, I'm not using cards. Meanwhile, they're reading on divine ones and then following those cards and making those cards be theirs. They will find a divine one who's chosen, pull cards for them, and then just do what all the cards say. And then show up without those cards, and divine ones will be like, oh, you're the truth. Meanwhile, they're using someone else's cards, someone else's path to know what they should do. So they pull in those tarots, and the tarot is showing, okay, this person is wise, this person is a high priestess, this person is getting downloads. So then they just go to that person and record and spy and whatever and do exactly what those cards say that person's doing. And then that's how they cheat. This is why the creator do not like those tarots that have swords on them. The creator don't like that because people are trying to hack other people's soul purpose using those tarots. And they don't want you to think. They sitting up talking about destiny swappers, and some of them are doing it. Some of them are doing it. They're just not letting you see that they're trying to swap somebody's destiny using cards because the cards are not on camera. This is why you have to ask yourself, what have they taught me that tarots don't teach me? Deep, huh? What have they taught me that a tarot deck is not teaching me? Tarots don't teach you how to write great poetry. Tarots do not teach you the law of attraction. Tarots do not teach you how to manifest. It does it. Tarots do not teach you how to get in shape or none of that. Tarots only tell people what somebody should talk about. What somebody should talk about and what somebody is actually doing, the energy that they're in. Or the energy that they need to be in. So if a sorcerer can find out your energy through tarots, all they need you to do is run your mouth and show them your process. And then they're like, I got you. This is why it's important that if you are doing your life purpose, you need to keep some of it off screen. Okay? Y'all know there's books that I use over here I never show. I'll look at it, never show. Because if you got sorcerers, you don't want them being able to just grab up your star so fast. You want them to get burnout. You want them to suffer trying to get your star. All your star. You say you want another piece, I want you to break your neck. You're gonna earn this. You're gonna earn taken from me. That's why it's important not to show all your resources. I have writing books that I use that I keep tucked away on the shelf for nobody to see. There's people in my family, they can't even come in my room. They can't even go near the bookshelf. They can't go sit at my desk because my energy is too abundant and I don't want them. They're sorcerers. Some of my family members are sorcerers. So they're only allowed to come to the door of my creative space. They cannot go to my desk because I don't want them seeing all my tools. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you. Uh-huh. Yes, I have very strong Native American roots. This is why I got so many sorcerers after me. Oh, sorcerers, they love Native Americans. Woo! They say, let me go ahead. Because they know how psychic we are. They know that a lot of us have access to a lot of Akashic records. So we just attract sorcerers. That's another sign that you might got Native American, Indian roots, if you attract a lot of sorcerers. Because I noticed that I do. My mother did. My oldest sister, she looks like me. We attract a lot of sorcerers. Okay, that's why I'm alone a lot. Okay, I'm alone a lot. I can't do it. My daughter, she attracts a lot of sorcerers. She attracts a lot of sorcerers. She looks, y'all see my daughter, she might be lighter skinned, but she looks like me. She looks like a mini me. Her genetics, most of her genetics is me. Which means she probably got my blood type as well. Okay? She got my blood type as well. Somewhere in there, she wouldn't look that too so much like me. But we attract sorcerers, okay? And that's why I try to keep a lot of things secret, okay, that I'm doing. So a lot of Native American people of color who had grandparents like I did, there was Native American, and I'm not talking about great grandparents. I'm talking about grandparents who were half Native or all the way Native American. And my one grandma, she's actually from somewhere in Egypt. My one grandma on my dad's side, she's actually from a part in Egypt. So it's an interesting combination between the Native American side and the half Egyptian side on my dad's side. So I pulled genetics from both abundant parts of the world. I thought that was pretty cool that my mother chose somebody who had genetics from that side and her side is from here. Native American here. So their blood, they both have elite blood types. My mother and my dad. Both my mother's blood type and my dad's blood type are the rarest two. It's two of the oldest blood type. Old. Like they was found in the mummies. My dad's blood type was found in the mummies, and so was my mother's. So basically basically both of them related to the mummies. Both of them are. Okay? The Native Americans, mummies, that I'm not gonna get into that because that makes me sick to my stomach. Some of y'all may not know also I am a descendant of documented slaves. My Native American grandfather, okay, and his like half Egyptian wife on my dad's side, they were slaves. Okay. So and my grandmother's mother side was also slaves. Their land was taken and they were enslaved for a while, and then my Native American grandmother died, and then her land was taken and she died. It's a real sad story. So my grandmother was always a very serious, bitter person, and she had every right to be bitter. I mean, she actually was around when Europeans took the land from her mother, her Native American mother. So she never really, she was very antisocial, my mother's mother, and very, bitter. She really did not, to be honest, she really did not care for white people. She was bitter. And it is what it is. But anyway, exactly. There's two parts of Egypt, in America and near. We're not going to get into it. I can explain it, okay? North and east. North, I'm going to say it again. North and east, those are the abundant places. North and east, okay? If you got strong northern Native American roots, that's pretty good, because you got energy from the white angels and the dark angels. So you're a multi-identified angel being. If your Native American family is in North America, okay? We could get technical. I can break it down, because north is abundant and east is abundant. West is like, nah. There's a lot of battles, a lot of discrimination. No, that was when the devil was really like getting away with everything and everything. That's something else. And the South. No. Okay. The sun that comes from the east is even more abundant than the southern sun. Okay. All right. Because the dry sun is powerful. People don't think it's powerful, but it do. That dry sun, it literally can detox you. It can literally clean you up real good. But a lot of people don't appreciate dry heat. They don't. A lot of people say, I don't do Egypt heat. Dry stuff, like this stuff, the sand and all that. I'm like, you better start having respect for it, because it's working in your favor. Keep you grounded. Hard working. Why do you think the Europeans went there to get some of their slaves? They already knew it was abundant energy. All that sand. But anyway, okay, I'll just keep it real, y'all. So I taught y'all a little bit about, if I ever move from America, I want to go east. East. I'm not going south. Because no. It's not no. That's a place of very competitive energy, battles and all that. A lot of battles went on south and stuff. I'm good. I don't want that energy here. I don't want it here. So I'll go east or north, and that's it. I ain't going west either. The old west, I just tell you what that kind of energy they got there. Okay. People be running to any old sun. Run to the sun, but make sure it's the sun that you need in the place that you need it. We all need sun, but we don't all need it in the same place. That's deep though, right? That's deep. I need sun in the desert. That's why I need sand. I need sand sun. I need Egyptian Africa sun, and not just Africa. I need East Egyptian sun. That's what I need. East. Well, y'all, I had a little talk with y'all. I gotta get ready to go. Hansi. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. You know better. Come on now. We're not doing this every day. But yeah. Don't go on that tree. No. My family like to decorate trees, and they got their tree, and I'm like, I'm not messing with that tree. They gonna take that tree down. All right, y'all. So I gotta get ready to go. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye, everybody.